into these.
I can help you out with that one.
That'd be really cool. Okay.
Whatever, I'm just saying, I'm
That's
just
fine,
curious
ready?
if anybody had any.
I'd like to call this meeting to order. Mr. Karati, roll call, please.
Mr. Accomando,
Present.
Ms. Borelli, Mr. Urichello,
Present.
Ms. Ainello,
Here.
Mr. Laurentino,
Present.
Ms. Roloff,
Here.
Ms. Torbic,
Present.
Ms. Traverso,
Here.
Ms. Zottarelli.
Here.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been sent to all members of the Board of Education and to the Bergen Record in accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, 1975. Okay, at this time, let's go. We have the superintendent's report. Mrs. Violetti?
I'll wait until Wednesday.
Good. All right, so then we'll business administrator's report.
Just a quick referendum update. The field is progressing well. They've done a lot of work on it already, and the field is getting close to... The field's getting close to being done, and ready for field turf, and then they'll be working on the lights after that. Coolidge School, where our board offices are going to get moved to, is also moving well. They've pretty much sheetrocked it, first and second floor. And we just, you'll see on tonight's agenda, going out for the boilers for the SDA projects. The attorney's reviewing the bids right now, and if everything comes in back in order, we're looking for Wednesday to have that approval as well. And we're working on a window bid and ceiling and lights for Washington School is next. Any questions on the projects?
No, not for me. Anyone else? Questions? Very good. All right, thank you. Okay, now we're going to review the agenda. All right, so we have board action items B2425.20 through B2425.21. Any questions, discussions, comments?
Those were the 4 HIBs that were shared last month in closed session. 3 were shared on Monday, and then 1 was shared on Wednesday.
Real good? All right, let's do education and curriculum. Ms. Traverso?
Any questions with regards to E2425.35 through E2425.37?
I will share for 2425.35, the field trips. I just wanted to share that our 6th grade field trip is on there. It's the same location as previous years, the Fairview YMCA. Our high school ski club, they put their trips on there to Mountain Creek. Many of our special education classes are doing their community outings, and also Lifetown. There was a grant that was provided for our classes to visit Lifetown, so some of them are going multiple times. Our FBLA, they're attending the Northern Region Summit to meet with business leaders in North Jersey area and connect with other FBLA members within the region. And DECA, our new high school club, they're participating in their first competition at Ramapo College. They'll be talking about business, financial literacy, marketing, public speaking, and ELA topics. And our preschool classes will be visiting Imagine That in Florham Park. So those are just some of the field trips that are listed.
Through the chair, on just a general question on field trips, are they mandatory?
I don't know about mandatory. Historically, every grade level has gone on a field trip per year, 1 per year.
Okay.
Say they were encouraged.
And,
Encouraged.
well, that's okay. I just want to know if they had to have them,
Every grade level goes on 1 per year.
but it's not mandatory.
It's not in policy. I will have to
Okay,
check policy.
okay.
It's not a mandate either from the state.
Correct.
Any other question? All right, let's then go to budget and finance. Mr. Accomando.
Sure. BF 2425.41 to BF 2425.52.
Any questions, discussions?
If I-
Sure. Point 44, professional development workshops. Let me take a look. We have, let's see, my new assistant is attending a frontline workshop to learn the ins and outs of AppleTrack and the hiring program there. We have our teacher attending, some legal ones, and then we have our 3 speech pathologists there. It's a self-paced online course, meaningful speech on Gestalt language. Gestalt language, I hope I don't mess this up, is those students that it's also called scripting. I forget the technical term for it, but they walk around and they repeat what they hear, and they learn language differently than other people. And you don't have to be special education to learn language this way either. So our speech therapists are attending this workshop in order to understand better as to how these children are learning language, so that way they can support them in their growth all the more.
And if I may, on 41, we're going to have a few more checks we're running probably like tomorrow morning, so that'll be added. It'll be bill list number 3, and we'll send that to you. 43, still need the treasurer's report, and we're finalizing that, so that should be on hopefully by tomorrow, if not by Wednesday. And 50 and 51 are the boiler bids that I was telling you about earlier, and 52 is a health safety checklist of all the buildings that the facility manager is finishing up, and we'll have them linked up to tomorrow's update when you get the agenda.
Any other questions, discussion? No? Let's go to facilities and operations. Ms. Torbick?
Sure. Does anybody have any questions on F2425.5?
Anyone? No? All right, then we're going to go to policy. Ms. Roloff?
Can't hear her at all.
On the first reading.
We can't hear you at all. We can't hear you at all.
I never put this thing on. Hi, down there. Any questions on policy POL 2425.3? The petty cash and the aircraft drone.
Is that you guys doing the drones all over the place?
So these are, we are not responsible for that. These are the 2 policies that were mistakenly omitted last time. We spoke about them in the policy committee about maybe 2 months ago. So the petty cash one is revised to increase the high school account, and also delete the community school director, which was still on there. And the unmanned aircraft is being revised to include, currently, it came up during our athletics football season that our policy did not allow drones to fly over the athletic field and kind of have that bird's eye view as to the plays and everything. So this policy is being rewritten in order to allow drone use with superintendent permission.
Any questions, discussion? Okay, then let's go to negotiations. Ms. Sonarelli?
Under negotiations N 2425.3, anyone have any questions or comments? Hi, Mark.
All good? Okay, personnel, Mr. Laurentino.
Personnel is P2425.37 through P2525.43.
Okay, point 37, number 1 recently submitted her retirement notification. So one of our OTs will be leaving us. Their effective date is March 1st. 0.38 are 2 leaves of absences. 0.39 are new hires, a middle school science teacher, a lunch aide, a high school Spanish teacher, a district technology specialist, and then a leave replacement from one of our other OTs. And then there is an additional line, if you're looking at it was today, right at the end of the day, we received a personnel recommendation for a paraprofessional. So if I'm able to interview them tomorrow, I will add them to the agenda for Wednesday. Point 40 are salary revisions. Point 41 is a Caldwell University student to complete her practice hours. I believe she's a Saddlebrook resident. Point 42 is definitely a Saddlebrook resident doing her social work internship with us. Point 43 is the spring musical staff. They did pivot to Once Upon a Mattress. Is that the title? Once Upon a Mattress. And they sent out the cast list today, I believe.
Through the chair.
I got you, Sylvia.
You know where I'm going. My annual question, under 2525.43, are all of these people fingerprinted?
Took me a couple years. They are not, because they are not alone with our students. So that's our set construction, our set designer, the rehearsal pianist. So they are not alone with
Okay,
our
so the
children.
ones that will be alone with the students, are they fingerprinted?
As far as I'm aware, yes. I will look into it.
Can you check that?
Any others additional from here? These are not alone with the students. So any other ones that you're thinking of?
No, but, I mean, we went through this last year, and I don't know if it's the same one. I'm not casting stones with the choreographer. We had a meeting. There was no supervision. He was alone with the students. So I'm being told, yes, they're fingerprinted. They're not going to be alone with the students, but I see it.
Okay. I'll look into it.
Wait, for number 6, you're interviewing number 6 in the new appointments, .39,
Hold on.
the para?
Yes.
So you have not interviewed them? If
No.
that's just in case when
Correct.
you interview it tomorrow, him or her?
Yes.
And you like the person, then you're going to hire?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't want to wait any
Yeah,
longer
no,
than I had to.
I understand. I wanted to make sure I was understanding it clearly. Okay.
Number 4.
On personnel, does anyone have any questions, comments, discussions? Nope. All right, so then. All right, so, other reports for this evening? Or are we gonna wait till Wednesday?
I'm gonna
Everybody like to
wait till Wednesday.
Okay. All right. Old business? Nothing for old business? New business? Okay. All right, then, can I have a motion to open the meeting to the public for agenda and policy items only?
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Would anybody from the community like to speak?
No.
Okay. Just
Public
let me read
comment.
this. Yeah. Okay.
Public comment, all
There we
public
go.
comment.
Take a second. Residents are requested to state their name, address, and subject matter. In the event it appears the public comment portion of the meeting may exceed 45 minutes, the presiding officer may limit each statement made by a participant to 5 minutes duration. Issues raised by members of the public may or may not be responded to by the board. All comments will be considered and a response will be forthcoming if and when appropriate. The board asks the members of the public to be courteous and mindful of the rights of other individuals when speaking. Specifically, comments regarding students and employees of the board are discouraged and will not be responded to by the board. Students and employees have specific legal rights afforded by the laws of New Jersey. The board bears no responsibility nor will be liable for any comments made by members of the public. Members of the public should consider their comments in light of the legal rights of those affected or identified in their comments. Be aware that they are legally responsible and liable for their comments. Come on up. Good evening.
Hi, my name's Victor Vitiello, and my question to the board is why they haven't been an application for a new head coach at Southbrook football. I know the person that might be able to answer that. An application for a new head coach at Southbrook football. I know the person that might be able to answer that's not here right now, but I expressed my feelings. They had a coaches' parents meeting this past Thursday. I expressed my feelings there. I just didn't want to fall on deaf ears, that's all.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
No?
All right, can I have a motion to close the meeting to the public?
Motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
missed
So
it.
can I have a motion then to close the meeting where, no, that was a public comments.
Motion go into
This,
close.
we're going to close, to go into closed session. Whereas the Board of Education may discuss matters which are not appropriate for discussion in a public meeting, and whereas these subjects are within the exceptions to the Open Public Meetings Act and are permitted to be discussed in closed session pursuant to New Jersey SA 10-4-12B, and whereas the Board of Education intends to speak matters as follow. HIB cases, personnel superintendent's contract, and attorney-client privilege property issue. Whereas the length of the closed session is estimated to be approximately 30 minutes, after which the public meeting of the board shall reconvene and action will not be taken. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Education will recess into closed session for only the aforesaid subjects, and be it further resolved that the Board of Education hereby declares that its discussion of the aforesaid subjects will be made public at a time when the public's interest in disclosure is greater than any privacy or governmental interest being protected from disclosure in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Any opposed?